This is the video for the trail option and real-time option of pattern fit. I'm going to start by clicking on trail in the red stripe. Here it shows the first 9 instructions that it executed. It's in the main program, which it refers to as P0, at instruction 0. Program always restarts at instruction 0 of the main program. There where it says if task is 0, go to AA, but here we see it didn't go to AA. Instead it went from down to the next instruction, instruction 1. It says the absolute value of game number is put into game number. Then the next instruction says branch if equal the game number to the was game number to AC. And we see that's the next line it executes, the one that starts with AC. And that's line number 8, so it jumped from line number 2 to line number 8. Then the next instruction has to do with the YouTube videos at instruction 9, so I'm going to just advance till we get to 10. Alright, now we're at 10. And that line also has to do with the YouTube videos, so I'm going to skip it, go to line 11. It says to call routine 101. Well, that's subprogram 1, tab 1, and here we see that's where it went. To subprogram 1, tab 1. Here that sets these parameters R, S, and X, and Y. And it does some dots, but we're not interested in exactly what it's doing right now, although we can read over here what it is. But we're going to advance 9 more and see what happens. Ah, we see it through that. Hasn't returned home yet. I'm checking over here to see if it went back to the main program. I'll go 9 more instructions. Oh, now it's putting up the answer values. Alright, those are the answers to each one of the parameters. And it's, but it went home right here. It says it went home then. And it went to instruction 12. That was the next instruction. Then it calls routine 102, which would be subprogram 1, tab 2. And here we see that's the next thing it does. Goes to subprogram 1, tab 2. Just started it. And now I'll go 9 instructions. And let's see what it's going to do. I'm not sure what it's doing. But I'm going to watch for, it just drew the red drawing. See, here it made the color red and said put the poly drawing on there. Well, there, that's what it just did now. And you see it's in subprogram 1 at instruction 78 when it did the actual drawing of it. We'll advance 9 more. Well, right after that it went home. Now it's on line 13 of the main program where it calls subprogram 1, tab 3, and here we see it's in subprogram 1 at tab 3. And why don't we advance? Wow, it's going to make a font here, so I think it's going to put something on the screen. First thing it did was put that green box on the screen. Well, here we see the color green, and there it says put the rectangle and fill it green. We'll advance 9 more. Oh, now it's putting the option boxes there. Well, I'll keep looking for it to return home. This is a routine that puts all the boxes there and marks what you selected in brown. It's going around a circle each time. Right now we're getting near the end of filling the boxes in. And here we see it went home to the main program again. Then at line 14 of the main program, it's changing the font, changing the color to red, and put the text game number on the screen. There we see it. And we'll do 9 more. Here we see it changing the color to black and putting this rectangle there. Advance 9 more. And here we see it putting the text in there, toggle the answer on and off. There it is. And then it exited. Alright. That's the trail from the beginning to the end. Now I've ended the trail. But let's see what you can do with the trail. Let's say we wish this box wasn't green, but some other color. Well, we don't know where in the program it made that box, but if we go on the trail, we can find it. So I'll start the trail, and I'll go 90 instructions. Oh, started to do it already, but it just recently did it. And up here we see color green. Alright, so what I can do now is I can click on that instruction and then leave the trail and go to the program, and it took me right in the program where that line is. So now I could say, well, I could change that color to say white. Well, I click on that instruction, I go to where the color value is, and I say 999. Enter it, replace it, execute my program. Well, now all the boxes are white. Well, there's even an easier way to do this with real time, if what you want to change is a value. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to trail again, and I could advance to 90 again like I did there. Now I'm going to go and mark where I changed it to white, and I click on it. But instead of going to the program to make the change, I can leave the trail and go right to RT, real time, and it also puts me right at that position where that color is. I'm going to change it back to what it was. It was green, I think 90. So I'm going to make that 9 a 0, and I'm going to make this other 9 a 0. Now it's back to being green again. And what you need to know is when you make changes with real time, like this, or changes in the program for sure, you're actually changing this program. And if you save it, it's going to save this new way. So you'll be able to be careful what kind of changes you make and then save it, because you no longer have the old way, unless you use these down here where you save it to different letters. But that's not in this episode, is it? Alright, so you could use RT to change it after using the trail. But you can use RT at other times too. If you're in the program somewhere, and let's go to another location down here. Well, here's where it's setting a tall value. If I highlight that line in yellow, that's what it does when you click on that line, and then I go to the program, execute the program, and go to real time, I didn't find that line by going through the trail. I was there programming it. And now I've decided, oh, I want to change the height of that. I'm going to change it to 120. And I don't even know what the thing is, but I'll change it to 120. Oh, now I know what it is. It's a little brown rectangle that marked the option that you picked. Well, you didn't pick 3 options, so we better change that back to just 20. But I could change all these different values when I'm in real time, and even advance forward in the program and make changes to more things. So real time doesn't have to be used in conjunction with trail, but when you're programming, you can just sort of guess what some of the X and Y values are for positioning and how tall and wide something should be, and then say, I want to go to real time, and then you can tweak it. Isn't that a nice word, tweak it? Alright, so there is the ways that you can use real time. This is the end of the video on the trail option and the real time option for Pattern Fit.